Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PSGL Season 27 FP Round Number 2 at Britain. I am your commentator, Iron Leon. I'll be commentating through the whole season this season for FP, as I did most of FP last season. And unfortunately, I did miss the first round due to work, and it won't happen again. I do apologise for that. And we did apparently have a very action-packed first round, as CPI Black Phoenix took the win. He got 16 points to his name, with AMS in second with 12 points, and Tommy AJ is in third with 10 points there. That is your top three at the moment in the driver's standings, and it was the first race, so it could change today. Constructors, Formula Corruption, AMS Nugi, 20 points to their name in first, with Rising Phoenix, or Black Phoenix, or CPI Black Phoenix and Dino with 17 points, and Tommy AJ and Sam in third place with 10 points to their name, as we now are loading up. And as also, we can see Shizu Tomato, Mr. Cameron Young. Let's see how he will do in the second round. See if he can score some more points. Or see if he actually can score points, actually, because unfortunately DNF's in the first round. As we are at Britain, which is a very decent track for overtaking down the Hanger Straight, if you can get the setup nailed. Let's see what we can do then, as we load into the qualifying session. Also, the fine is Anna Beckham will be banned for round number 2 after he reached 10 licence points. Unfortunately, he won't be here for this round, so he will be back for round 3, I believe. I'm just waiting for Juho now to ready up. Good evening, Alpha. It's good to be here. Right. We should be loading in. We'll do a qualifying prediction very soon. Then we have a full grid. Everything is all set up, and we'll wait for the first guy to leave the track. You can already hear the people getting their engines ready and their cars. We see clear skies, and my qualifying prediction then, while people are ready to get out on track. I think, to be honest, with the stands, as I did miss the first round, unfortunately I didn't watch it. I think Black Phoenix could be up there in 4th place in quali with, I think, Greeny 3rd with Cameron. I think Cameron will take pole with possibly AMS in 2nd, and that's going to be my qualifying prediction today. I could be completely wrong, could be total different people. As we'll go on board with the Alfa Romeo, I believe that is Cherry. It is Cherry, so Cherry will be out first on a lap. No, you're not racing today, Alpha. That's a shame. Oh, no, you are. You're an 8th. Well then, let's see how Cherry does then on his... Why did it go off? Cherry then, as he is the first one to go, as Jacob in the Renault was very ready to get ahead of the Alfa Romeo already. I think it would be better if he stayed behind and put a bit of a gap, because you don't want to get too close behind, as it could affect your whole entire lap. Let's go Alfa. Cheers, thank you very much. And you probably can get midfield, mate, probably 5th if you in quali, maybe 4th place for you in the race. But right now though, we're going to go on board with Cherry Paidan as he gets ready for his first flying lap of this qualifying session in the clean skies we have around Britain, which is very surprising to see. As here comes the Alpha then. Nice and tidy through the little chicane. Now through the final corner, you've got to get a nice entry. All you see yellow flags, that's because people slowing down as he begins his flying lap then, as we've now approached turn number 1. Goes up to 8th there, rides curve a little bit, rear end stays nice and tidy through turn 2 now. Approaching turn 3. Bit of a lock up there on the right, just a little bit. Now through turn 4, another lock up there on the left. Got to get a good exit, and you can see it on the Alpha there, it just twitched a little bit, didn't get enough traction, and he's backed off his lap. What about Jacob? Jacob in the Renault's going to get a cheeky little bit slipstream, which, if I'm correct, is still banned, if I'm correct. But he got a cheeky little bit of slipstream there. He is 4th place currently, since that's where it's put him. But he will be the first one to set a provisional lap time. Could be the best lap time when he does it, but it also could be the worst, as he's now approaching my favourite corner on the track, the fast right-hander, and avoids the curb altogether there, lifts off as well, and I think he could have attacked that a little bit more now. Now he goes through Maggotts and Beckett's. Nice and tight there, not really pushing that much in that Renault. I think he's just doing it as a banker lap, definitely, because he's lifting off a little bit there. And good evening, Skivens, good to see you on the stream. And here comes Jacob then, as he's coming out through the next right-hander. Got to get it nice and tidy that you don't invalidate and run wide. He's tied there into the chicane then, closing off the lap. It's probably going to be a 1:28. Maybe a 29. No, it's 26. I was completely off. 26.469. So Jacob then takes provisional pole, and then Will takes 26.31, and then Sam then does a 26.1. Jeez, a lot of people beating their lap times now. As AMS goes into third place with 26.4s. There goes CPI Black Phoenix. A 26 flat there. As Erminator 31 has just done a 25.674. Miles quicker than CPI Black Phoenix. Tom in second with a 25.780, and Pitmat in third. The next people we've got is the other McLaren of Three Gloves, who's about to finish his flying lap. Let's see where he goes. He goes second place there with a 1:25.680. Only a couple of thousandths off Erminator, and 1/10 exactly quicker than the other McLaren of Tom AJ, who's in third place with a 25.780. As we will now go on board with Skeven in the other Alfa Romeo. He's actually invalidated his lap, so that will not count for him, unfortunately. We'll go on board with Alpha. He's also invalidated. A lot of people invalidated now. Then we'll go on board with Mr. Cameron Young. He will begin a flying lap shortly in the Williams. Good evening, Big C. It's good to see you. And thank you again for filling in for comms last week. As I do apologise that I couldn't make, but work came up. And then Charity Pies left the session. Hopefully he can rejoin, as we have a full grid, and hopefully we can stay with that full grid for the whole race. As here comes Mr. Cameron Young, who's a member of Shazoo, begins his flying lap in the Williams. And let's see what he can do. See if he can get it at the top step in quali. Into turn 4 he goes then. Interesting, he takes that very tight. Doesn't get the best amount of turn. The Williams is not really that good at turning compared to the Haas and the Alfa Romeo, but it's good on the engine. Let's see what this Mercedes engine can do for him. As he's now going into the left and right. I forgot what the corner's called. I think it's Luffield. See how his exit is. Oh, he's gone round, and that is Cameron around in that lap on the Williams there, and that's just the rear end, just a bit too unstable for him, and unfortunately that is his flying lap over. As we'll go on board with, is that Greeny? It is Greeny. He's on an outlap though, not on an actual flyer. Is it? Oh, it's done this glitch where it don't let me select. Is anyone actually else on a flyer? No. What about Alpha? He might be on a lap as he goes over the curb there a little bit and onto the grass on his right side of tyres. Let's see what he can do then. Into the chicane as he's really low on fuel. He needs to get to the pits ASAP so that he can get another run in, because he's probably only going to be able to do one more, maybe two more runs at more. So he does a 26 flat there and goes 6th place there. Good lap there from him. Misses off the other racing point by a couple of hundredths there, ahead of Oogie by a couple of hundredths. So very close field right now, from 5th to 7th. And all the way from 1st all the way to 4th. So it's a very close grid at the moment for pole position. As Green then was on an outlap, but is he the first on an outlap? He is the first person, so we will stay on board with Mr. Greeny, who missed out on the championship last season. And he was a contender. Will he be a contender this season? As he begins his flying lap in the Haas. As Amos says, yeah, I won't be second. I don't know, you never know, you could be even first. Anything could happen in quali. Might nail a lap and you might be very surprised. As Greeny there locks up there on the left side there. Not going to help his lap, probably going to cost him a bit of time, but this will be his first banker run, as he's got plenty of time. 10 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. So he's got plenty of time. He's purple there in sector 1, the graphic says. Could be wrong, could be only green in sector 1 on his PB. So let's see what he is there. He short saves up the 4th, gets a nice tidy exit. A lot better than Cameron did, unfortunately. On Cameron, he did spin around. Just maybe where the Haas is a little bit better than the Williams on the rear end side. Now through the fast right-hander. he hits the curb there compared to what Jake did, and that is a racing point. That is out there, moving out of the way there for Greeny. That's good to see there. Greeny now is really trying to fight through Mackett's and Beckett's. Chapel down Hanger Straight now, nice and tidy there, and he's actually invalidated somehow, so that's his lap over and done with then, and that's going to be disappointing for him. As we'll go on board with Juho then in the Mercedes, number 19, well, in 19th. Sorry, I said number 19. He's actually number 83, but he is 19th right now with no lap time set, and it's a bit weird not to see Mr. Matt Romano not here with Juho, but Juho then in 19th. Let's see what he can do and see how close he can get up the field, as he has an Alfa Romeo rest point behind him. That is CPI Black Phoenix, who's also on a lap. So maybe CPI Black Phoenix hasn't timed his run perfectly, because Juho is on a lap as well, and he doesn't have to move out of the way. And he's invalidated. Oh no, that isn't good for Juho. As we'll go on board with Black Phoenix then, who's just behind him. He's going to get a bit of dirty air, but also possible slipstream possibility. No, he completely avoids it. So he actually follows the rules there and avoids the slipstream altogether there as Juho moves out the way for him. Let's see what Black Phoenix can do. He was the race winner last weekend. Will he get another win on his belt? Will he make it 2 wins in a row? He's really pushing that racing point. And he goes 5th quickest with a 25.939. Geez, a Red Bull driver, and Sam Thompson just goes into 2nd place as well. So both Honda powered cards there just moved up. Sam Thompson there in 2nd with a 25.607. And then JZK, I'm going to call him, 125.586, takes pole position in the Red Bull for now. Still got plenty of time to people beat that lap time, but yeah, that'll be interesting. Is that Juho on a lap? Did he just get a legal? Oh, no, that was Erminator. I'm positive I just saw slipstream being used, and he is invalidated. His lap's not going to help him, but yeah, just a bit clumsy there. As we go on board with Skeevy now, who this time hopefully doesn't invalidate his lap. I'm touching wood that he doesn't. Let's see what he can do there. He's currently 16th, no lap time set. Same as Cameron Young, Greeny, Juho and Dino. Let's see what Skeevy can do then through the fast right-hander. See if he will go and ride the curb. He absolutely hits the curb there brilliantly. He hits the exit curb there, gets a decent exit. No rear kicking out, no loss of control. Through Mackes and Beckett he goes. Oh, almost kicked out from him there. Keeps it under control though. Goes up to 7th and he's backed off there, so he's not happy with that run at all. As we're going to go aboard with Cameron Young on mediums through Chapel there. And he's only just behind Skeven. Let's see what he can do. That's a shame, Alfie. He's still got time to do a better lap. Speed Gloves, I've just missed out. It's took pole position with a 25.390 in the McLaren. That's a good lap time and a bigger gap there from 2nd place as Cameron has also invalidated again. Cameron's really struggling in this Williams. He's spinning, invalidating, and he did a 26.7, which would have put him just behind, just ahead of Skeven, but he would have been behind CC, and I think he's actually run out of fuel as well. So that isn't good there for Cameron. Now, as we'll go on board with Greeny then, will he invalidate his 3rd run, I believe? Oh, rear end kicked out there from Greeny there. He almost lost it, and that could have easily ended his qualifying session if he went to the wall. In the 6th then, drops to 5th, up to 6th now, down the Hanger Straight then. Let's see what time he will do this time. He hasn't gone off to ERS 10, so he must be happy with the lap. Ooh, right, hits the grass there. Keeps it within the track limits, doesn't go into the pit lanes. We have 5 minutes remaining of the session, so he's only going to get one more run left as he locks up there. As he's now going through the fast right-hander now, the little right-hander, and he comes 14th with a 26.441. Oh, actually 440, but he'll be happy with that a little bit. He's not without a lap time and could be on the alternate strategy, which could possibly be a lot quicker, as nobody's improved on their times that much, and there's a lot of people in the pits. But the person who's not in the pits is Alpha, who's on an outlap, and he's gone for his final run, I believe, very early, because there's no way that he's going to get another run in time. So interesting. It's very interesting. Will he peel into the pits? Yes, he's peeling into the pits. And it says Greeny's on another lap, which I don't believe he is. But Greeny is the only one. Actually, no, CPI Black Phoenix actually on that lap now. We'll go on board with him. See if he can do well. He's currently in 8th. And he is in the racing point, so see what he can do then around the Silverstone circuit for his final attempt to try and take pole position. We have 4 minutes remaining of the qualifying session, and there's a McLaren what's left the pit lane. It isn't 3 gloves, it is Tom AJ, who's currently in 6th with a 25.702, and look how close 5th and 6th are. 2,000th of a second is the difference between them two. Very close indeed, and it's a very close grid from from 13th all the way up to 2nd. It's very close. And there's a bit of a gap there to JZK to 3 gloves, who's in first with 25.390. As Black Phoenix says, warming up his tyres. Don't want to weave too much because the wear can be affecting your tyre wear if you do improve on your lap, and you don't want to start on more worn tyres than everybody else. As he begins and gets ready to begin his flying lap then around Silverstone for the final time in this racing point. As he comes into turn 1 now. It looks nice and tight through turn 1 and 2. Into turn 3 there, no lock up now, as we'll go on a TV pod view through turn 4. I can definitely tell. Oh, and he's gone round, and that's his lap over. Will he have enough fuel? Will he have enough time? But he's completely messed up that lap, as we'll go on board with Tom AJ then, who's on his final run and will be going for a decent lap time, possibly to try and get 2nd place, maybe even 1st place, to try and get a McLaren 1-2, even though they're not teammates. As he's purple in sector 1 then. Let's see what he can do then in the McLaren on soft tyres. As Juho is out on mediums, so he's definitely doing the alternate strategy, it looks like. And the people who still haven't set lap times is Stephen, Cameron Young and Juho. So he does then. He goes 2nd place there at 125.449. Good lap there from Tom. As we will go on board with the defending champion very soon. It is CC. As even though CC and Amos did tie, CC had more wins. And the next person we will go on board with is actually, if it lets me, is actually the champion. Well, the defending champion for this season. CC in 17th with a 26.530. Will he be able to improve on his lap time? It looks like more of a competitive grid this season. So will it be harder for him to defend his title? Nice and tidy there. No lock up, no errors there from CC. He's trying to get the car enough rotation, enough power, enough grip around this track. See a lot of people now who's setting their final attempts now. As you can see, there's a massive train on the final sector of cars. Hopefully they don't affect anybody who is on an actual lap. As here comes CC now in 18th place. There's only 2 cars haven't set lap time. Cameron Young and Juho Finners. JCK has retired then, and he will stay at 3rd place unless people beat his lap time, which is a 25.586. DRS is activated for CC now. He's currently 300 down off his personal best, so it looks like he's not going to improve. But let's see what he can do on the final sector now as he goes through the fast right-hander there. Nice and tidy on that run, as Tommy AJ has called it today as well, and that's his qualifying session over, and he's currently second, but could still be beaten. The CC there locks up on the left side of the car. Through the final couple of corners now, will CC be able to improve on his lap time? He comes to the line, it's a 10.5 improvement, goes 16th, ahead of Greeny. That's alright for him, I think. What about Cameron Young? He's through Chapel now, he's got Skeven ahead of him. Is Skeven messed up his lap? It looks like Skeven has messed up his flying run. Will Cameron be able to get higher than 19th? His teammate Will is in the other Williams. He's 13th with a 26 flat. But what about Cameron? Will he be able to improve that lap time? And yes, he does. He does a 26 flat. Exactly. And then Will matches, basically almost, answers to Cameron's time and goes 12th. As JCK now has dropped to 7th already, as Erminator has taken pole position at the moment. Is anybody else on an actual flyer? What about Dino? He goes into 10th, stays in 10th place, and I think that is quality over then, since everybody else is doing an extra lap. Cherry's not on a lap. What about Oogie? Oogie's not on a lap. Yep, that is quality over then. And, wow. Here is your pole sitter then, at the moment, is Erminator in the Mercedes, number 32. He will be happy with that time, especially a 124.880. The first person to break into the 24s, and a big gap there to second place. So it looks like Erminator is going to be a strong shout for the win today. But Three Gloves and Tommy AJ could be a shout for that as well in second and third. Well then, here is your official qualifying result. Erminator then does a 24.880, 5 tenths ahead of Three Gloves in second, with Tom AJ third, AMS fourth, Sam in fifth, Pitmat in sixth, JZK in seventh. Showed a good qualifying performance today, with CPI the last race winner in 8th place, with Alpha 9th, Dino 10th, Oogie in 11th, Will in 12th, Cameron Young 13th, Dre 14th, Skeven in 15th, Cherry 2 Pie 16th, Greeny 17th, the defending champion. Disappointing qualifying for him, however he is in the Haas, is in 18th. Jacob in 19th in the Renault with a 26.468, and then Juho in 20th with a 27.605 on mediums, 2.7 seconds off the leader's pace. But it doesn't matter about quality pace, it matters about race pace, and Juho could surprise us with a decent result in today's race. As we wait for people to make their setup changes, it looks like the weather is going to stay clear. No cloud in sight. And I will do the race prediction after I've seen the tyre strategies from the other guys at the back of the field. People could start on softs, hards, or even mediums, which would be the better option. I think start on mediums to the alternate strategy. The alternate strategy could work out if there's a late safety car, as everyone should have picked up a setup now, so we should be loading in on the formation lap. Oh, I pray that it's not a glitch. Please don't be a glitch. Excuse me. Why are we taking it to load here? What's going on? And yeah, I think pause if I just saw someone leave. Oh, typical. It's always Britain it has to glitch. I know. I've noticed a trend recently. It's always Britain. Actually, who was the host? Jacob was the host, I think. Or was it Greeny? Because it could also be host related. Oh, that's brilliant. Well then, I'll take you back. And wait for a new lobby to be ready. Hopefully it's quick as possible. Hopefully the invite will be sent to me shortly. Well, I'll wait for Pitmac to sort the grid out. I'm still waiting for 2 people. Who are the 2 people actually? Or 1 people there? Excuse me. We're missing a McLaren. No, who's in the lobby? Who's not in the car? We're actually missing a Merc. Terminator, where's Terminator? That's the Pulsar. We can't have lost the Pulsar. Terminator is here. Send him a spare invite. should be ready to go now. Yep, we are now ready up, so the countdown begins with a full 20 car grid. As I said though, my race prediction will be when we go on the formation lap. Who you guys think is going to win today's race? If you want to put that in the comments, maybe put your prediction. Good evening. As we're waiting on now, Ugi and Juho. Juho to spin could be a possibility. I think Cameron's got more chance of spinning in that Williams, especially when he was on his quiet lap. But anything could happen. We could have a car upside down. As there we go, we are now loaded in. I just pray that nothing happens. That there's no glitch or anything. Touch wood. But people, the countdown has begun, so people have got their setups quickly. That was quick. I will go down the grid again to remind everyone where everyone is positioned, as we have 5 seconds until the formation lap begins. Okay, yeah, we ain't got the glitch this time. I was just praying. There we go then, as the formation lap has begun then, and we have no glitch, which is awesome to see, as Terminator then is in pole position in the Mercedes there, with a decent time with a 24.880, I believe, 5/10 quicker actually than Three Gloves, who took second place with a 25, I think he did a 25.3 or 25.4, something like that. As Tom AJ is in third, with AMS fourth, Sam Thompson fifth, and AMS is in a good position right now in fourth place. He was tied in the championship last season, got second, he was the runner-up to CC, and he's looking forward this season possibly to go for another title hunt, with Sam in fifth, Pitmat in sixth place then, with JCK in seventh in the Red Bull, with CPI Black Phoenix is in 8th place on the soft tyre, with Alpha, who's looking for a decent result today, in 9th place. As he said, he could have improved on his quali run as it was a bad lap, with Dino there, who did a very decent run, was 20th at the most of quali, then at the end moves up to 10th in Red Bull, the last person on the soft tyre, and everybody else is on mediums. Beset Jacob's also on the softs on 19th, that's very interesting. Ugi then in 11th in the Ferrari, with Will and Cameron Young, teammates, both in the same car, 12th and 13th, so it's going to be very interesting who gets in front of them, and I'm surprised they haven't done a mixed strategy. With Dre then in 14th, looking for another possible championship hunt, with Skeven in 15th, with Cherry Tupai in 16th, Greeny 17th, and our defending champion CC Brain in 18th, looking possibly for some luck in today's race, as he's going to have to get through the field quite quickly. He wants to try and fight for his defending championship and win a 2-time champion for FP. With Jacob then, as I said, on soft tyres. Now this is going to be interesting. This guy is going to be quick at the first couple of laps on those softs, so he's going to have to run a very low downforce package on the straights to make overtakes in that Renault powered car against the Mercedes engine. And then there's Juho in 20th on medium tyres. Now people said sometimes he may spin. That could be a possibility, but Juho could nail the alternate strategy and get 5th place. Anything can happen. But my top 4 will be Terminator, Three Gloves, AMS and Pitmat in 4th place, with possibly Cameron Young in 5th. Feels weird seeing the Mercedes and the McLaren next to each other. as that is everyone now lined up on the grid as the light sequence is about to begin, if it actually gives me a good camera angle. As we now got 5 red lights for the second round of the FP Tier Season 27 at Bridden, we're underway, and look at the McLaren there of Tom AJ. He split both the Mercedes and the McLaren of 3 gloves, and Erminator has gone off the track, and Tom is in the lead. Tom is taking the lead. There's been a massive crash behind. There is pile-ups everywhere. Something's going off here, and that is Dino. Dino has dropped to 20th. Has he got wing damage? No, he's been lucky there, and lucky not actually to get disqualified. And Duro's apparently second, which isn't true. It's Tom AJ who's in first with 3 gloves in second place, but he's got a Mercedes right on his tail. You can see overtakes all over the place, and we can see there an Alfa Romeo's gone off in the background, and that is Skeven. Skeven's made a little error there as Alfa now moved into 8th, and we can see JCK and Sam going side by side. Possible AMS is probably thinking about making a move on pit map. There's overtakes everywhere now, as we can see the Racing Point duo going side by side now. Will this end in tears? Hopefully not, as we can see Cameron Young in 10th place, Will in 11th, so Cameron got the better start over the Williams driver. And we see now Alfa makes a little error. CPI Black Phoenix is waiting in the wings, a little bit of lag there. Hopefully that can be fixed. We move on to AMS now. Actually, no, we're going to move on to Erminator, because Erminator looks a lot quicker right now than 3 gloves, who's just ahead of him, who he did out-qualify, just had a bad start. As you can see, everyone's really close, trying to stay in the slipstream, trying to make overtakes. We'll go further behind, see if there's any overtakes, and we could see a Ferrari, but no, we see a Renault possibly looking on the inside there, and Jacobs had a brilliant start into 14th from 19th already. Greeny in 15th, Dre in 16th, not the best start he's had. With CC moved up 1 position, but there's a pile up here, there's a massive crash there, and that is Will. He's hit, that's some damage or something, and I think that's with Cherry. Skeven is out. Skeven has caught a day in the pit lane, and he's given up, and that is a shame to see. But Dino there is apparently 11th, even though he is at the back of the grid, but okay. We'll work at that. Skeven then has caught it there then, and there was a big incident there between Cherry 2 Pie and Will. Was Cameron actually involved? No, Cameron wasn't. It was just Will, and Will's got some damage, and I see a Mercedes. Is that Erminator? No, no, it's Juho, as the grid is trying to sort itself out, which annoys me that this still isn't fixed. As Tom AJ then is still in the lead of this race and doing a very good job as well, pulling away from 3 gloves, and 3 gloves hasn't been able to pull away from Erminator. Erminator's staying with him, and he's got plenty of ERS as he's now going through the fast right-hander, trying to catch as much as he can in that Mercedes engine. As we're going to go on board with AMS and JCK, these two are almost going side by side, 2 Maccas and Beckett's possibly. These two have got the same engine, so it's going to be basically equal playing field down the straight. Just going to be after late break as Alpha gets his first 3-second time penalty, and that's a new penalty feature on this game. And look at JCK's straight line speed compared to AMS. AMS wasn't expecting this at a chapel as these two go side by side now through Store Corner. Round the outside, brilliant chance for an overtake. Goes off a little bit. AMS did squeeze him off there, but AMS couldn't really turn that much more. And there goes the Red Bull driver JCK now round the outside again. Brilliant overtake, brilliant racing there from these two, and JCK moves to 5th, AMS drops to 6th, but AMS may come back at him. As Tom AJ has already pulled the second gap between gloves already. Impressive there from the McLaren drivers. JCK then is still trying to keep AMS behind him, and AMS now may play it tactically just to try and catch up with Pitmap, who's just ahead of him. Oh, I agree, I don't understand why people do it, but they just do it, they always retire. As we can see now, little trains parting off. Battlers, the top 4 are now starting to pull away from JCK, already built up a gap of 1.5 seconds. So AMS may be able to come back at him. As we might go on board with Dre very soon, and he's very close with the Haas of Greeny. Well, the track limits on this game is a lot worse. I don't know if you're not allowed, since I haven't actually checked the thing. But to be fair on that, he didn't actually gain time, and Amos really didn't give him that much room. As somebody else, Jacob, just got a penalty there of 3 seconds added to his time. Now he's in 12th place. But it's a very tricky corner to make a move on the outside, and he was fully alongside, so Amos probably should have given him a little bit more room. So I don't see really there's an advantage there. So we're going to go on board with Dre now. He's 4/10 off Greeny. His Erminator sets a new fast lap, 29.1. He's 6/10 off 3 gloves. He's a lot quicker than the McLarens by only a couple of hundred personal best lap times. First, second and third are very close indeed. As we now go on board with Dre then, who's trying to close up on Greeny. but he just can't get close enough now, and it looks like Jacob's soft tires are already starting to die out. As we're actually going to go on board with Alpha, who looks really close on Sam Thompson now, 2/10 exactly. Looking for moving 7th place as Duo Finn has been overtaken by Dino, as Duo made a mistake then near the back. As Sam Thompson now is in trouble, the Racing Point is a lot more faster in the straight line compared to the AlphaTauri, but the AlphaTauri's got a better turning and a better chassis, I believe, than the Racing Point, which won't be next season since it'll be Aston Martin, so let's see what it can do. As Dino picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's 3 people now with 3-second penalties. Sam's pulled off enough now that he's safe, but do we see an possible overtake from Cameron and Oogie? We're going to go on board him. Oogie's making a move on Cameron Young for 10th place. Cameron has been overtaken. The Ferrari has finally got past the Williams, and Cameron there had nothing to answer for that, as Oogie actually picked up a 3-second time penalty there. And that's probably why you can actually slightly overtake us still, because you will get a warning now on penalties, not like last game. As not Dre, it's Jacob who's on a massive train, and Greeny is track extending. Like, where are you going? The track is here, not over there. Stay on the track, unless you want to go to Narnia. But there, Greeny then in 13th, trying to catch up with Jacob as best as he can. It's just that Haas, I think, with the dirty air isn't helping him, and these two are actually catching up on Cameron. We're going to go back on board with Cameron, who just made an error there out of the turn 4, and could possibly be under threat by Jacob and Greeny if he's not careful, if he keeps making little errors like that every time. So we're going to go back on board with Mr. Terminator, who's in 3rd place, who did qualify on pole. He's a lot closer this time to 3 Gloves. He's a bit low on fuel, but look how much ERS he's got compared to 3 Gloves, and actually more than both McLarens put together, I think. And look how close he's getting now. He's really looking for the position, but he needs to start nailing Magnus and Chapel there to get close enough to make a possible overtake, because he could easily win this race if he gets past these McLarens. So it's possibly going to have to be an undercut strategy, as we can see possibly an overtake further down. Is that CPI Black Phoenix going for an overtake there? No, it isn't. And Cameron's nowhere near for an overtake. We're going to keep going down the grid, see if any overtakes are happening. And no overtakes are happening at the moment, as we go back on board with Dre then, as he's trying to make a move. Oh, hang on a minute, someone's gone into the pits. That's Black Phoenix. He's peeled into the pits then for his undercut strategy. Now that's interesting, that's early. Does he have any wing damage? I don't see any overtakes yet, so I will keep an eye out, but we're going to stay on board with the Racing Point. Did he have wing damage? And yes, he did. Black Phoenix, and he had a win last week. I don't think the win is going to be this week. Possible podiums are out of the window as well, as he gets a new front wing there. As we go on board with Mercedes now, as Striegel's made a little error there, and it's starting to get reeled in, as Pitmat is not that far away. He's managed to somehow keep the Ferrari with the McLarens and the Mercedes. As you can see, Terminator's rear end there snapped a little bit, but he kept it under control. Runs completely off. That's definitely going to be a warning there. He needs to be careful if he doesn't want to get penalties, because it could cost him the win if he is fighting for it, of course. And he also has to now play into effect. If he does pit early, he's got to watch out that one of the McLarens don't pit on the same lap as him, because if he does, then he's going to have to get past 1 instead of 2, and the McLarens could play it tactically. As 3 Gloves now is actually looking a lot quicker now. He's probably put a step into it. He's now started to catch up on Tom, who's either made a mistake or he's completely out of ERS, and he's only got 20%. That's very interesting. There's no way his soft tyres have gone already, as CC and Will are fighting in the background for 14th, and Will's just got past him. Will CC make another overtake on him? No, but there was almost contact there. It's a bit of a lock-up. They now go back on board with 3 Gloves now. Battle for the lead. DRS is activated for 3 Gloves, but is he close enough? No, but look at the DRS from Terminator. He's still gaining, and 3 Gloves gets the stream from the other McLaren. Yeah, Terminator's a lot quicker in that Merc. This is where the Merc is amazing. It's just OP how that Merc is compared to every other car on the grid. Looks like nothing can beat it. But will Three Gloves be able to hold Terminator behind? As we see the rear end then of the McLaren. Terminator's trying to keep up with him this time. Has he nailed it though? It looks like he has. And Terminator is looking for an attack run. He is going to try and overtake for second place. You can just see the straight line speed from Terminator. He's making the move now for second place. He's going for it. He sends it. And he's got the position for now. Will Three Gloves manage to hold it on the outside? No, unfortunately, he has to stay behind. But he has done it tactically. He has done the undercut strategy, which will gain him time and possibly re-overtake Terminator. Now, Terminator's got to decide, does he pit next lap or do an extra lap just to try and do an overcut there, as he's just fast lap, 29 flat there, so he has got the pace and he's trying now to catch up with Tom. As all the deltas have all messed up now, so there's not really anyone that close except AMS and JCK quite close together, 6 tenths. AMS has managed to stay with the Red Bull driver in third. And the McLaren and the Ferrari are actually in clean air as well. This is interesting. I'm going to admit, I've missed an overtake here. When did Terminator get past Tom? I thought he wasn't even close enough, but Tom must have made a mistake, and Tom's coming back at him. Oh, that McLaren's just trying to keep it in there. You can just see the turning a little bit. The McLaren was just twitching on the front end. He tries to keep it, but I think there's wing damage or something. I think that's Jacob. It is. Jacob's off. Has he got wing damage? Yes, he has. He's missing an end plate, and that's going to be his pit stop. Hopefully, he doesn't hold up Juho, because Juho's right on his tail. Juho wants to get past Cameron, picks up a 3-second time penalty. The Renault needs to watch out, and the Mercedes is there. And, whoa, what's he doing? What's he playing out there, Jacob? He's trying to turn in to take him out. This reminds me of a certain somebody in Canada. But, yeah, Jacob there needs to be a bit careful. He doesn't want to take somebody out and get himself banned. As Terminator peels into the pits. As we ain't got any close fights that much. As JCK picks up penalties. Yep, he is in, and is he going to retire? No, he doesn't. But he gets 5-second penalty somehow still. Even though I even thought he slowed down that. No, he does retire. Oh, God. Well then. That's 2 people who've rage quit. Terminator then is leaving the pit lane. Let's see where he comes out. He's been jumped by a lot there by Three Gloves. Possibly could even be jumped by Pitmat. Nah, he's just ahead of Pitmat there. So now he's going to have to work it all over again. And he needs to get ahead of Three Gloves right now. Because at the moment, he is in net second place. The gap to leader between him and Tom is around about 29.3 seconds. If he gets that to 28, he's definitely got the position. So we're going to go on board with Will, who's trying to catch up with Dre, who's only 8 tenths ahead of him. Eno's not that far off Will either, but he's on 8 lap bolts off, so he will be making his pit stop soon. Oh, his Alpha's lagged out. And he's in 5th place, hopefully he can make it back. As Terminator's also lagged out. So hopefully he can make it back as well. Sam Thompson's left. CC's left. Hang on a minute, what's going on here? Okay, I don't know if this is me lagged out or that is people just disconnecting. Terminator's back. A lot of people just got kicked out. Sam Thompson's not here. What is going on? Why is just a lot of people just being kicked out of the lobby? Tom AJ then has rejoined and he's ahead of Terminator. Oogie's returned, so it isn't me then. People are returning. I think it was just the game being silly. Oh, there's an issue as Pitmat now has just passed Terminator, but Terminator has come back, so I think he'll be making the move very soon. Why is he not using his... Has he got DRS failure? Because he's not using it. Don't know if that was an issue with the host or anything like that. as that's going to help Tom and Three Gloves. That Terminator had issues, and now he's going to have to get past a Ferrari now, which will be annoying to get past because that Ferrari will be slow as the Deltas aren't showing up for me at all, so I can't even see if people make overtakes ahead, as I know 2 people have just now peeled into the pits. And here comes Terminator, he's sending it far back, and that's sent Pitmat a bit off wide. That could have ended in tears for these two. Terminator's trying to go around the outside, can't make it work, looking for the switch or something, trying to get traction, but just can't make it work at the moment as Deltas are now starting to pop up, as people have made their pit stop, and there's yellows. I can't believe I'm seeing this, but Oogie has binned it out of the pit lane, and that is a safety car. Cameron Young, I can't believe I'm saying this, Cameron Young is in first place. If it lets me select him. I can't believe it. Oh my god! This bloody game. Cameron Young is in first place. He has a safety car. Now he will have to follow Delta, of course. He ain't going to keep first place because people already paid. But this is good for him since he could either decide to go on hards or a set of soft tyres. Now, I know he can't go mediums. He will be disappointed that he can't go mediums. But right now he's getting a free pit stop. He can decide to pit or not and pray for another safety car. And I don't know why that safety car was actually brought out. Was that brought out because of Oogie's DNF? Because it was pretty safe. It was really out of the way. It was on the gravel. So I don't understand why that safety car actually has come out. Why is Greenie inviting me? I'm in the lobby. Yeah, I'm in the lobby. And a lot of people like that. Okay, is this lobby broken or something? Right, I'm going to leave and rejoin because I think the lobby's broken for me. And see if this fixes it, because this might be... I don't think this is a code issue, I think this is a host issue, because I did notice there was lag. Come on game, kick me out. Come on. God, this game takes ages for loading. Right, let's try and rejoin. We are loading back in, do apologise, that is on the safe car, so it's perfect time to do it really. Okay then, Juho, I don't know if I'm seeing things here. Juho is in the lead. I am not seeing things, right? And he hasn't paid, that's why. Juho is in the lead of this race. I did say he could do the United strategy, it could work out for him if the safety car came out late. And I don't know, I think it's because of the horse or something. No offence to the horse. I know Pitmarks are decent there, but I think because of the horse, there is a bit of lag now and then, so I don't know if they might have to have a new horse for next week. I can't host the stream, there's no way I can do it with PSGL. I don't think. I don't know, make the lobby laggy for you, but just remember what places you guys have been as, don't overtake anyone, even if the safety car tells you you can, as why is the Renault going slowly? Let's try. So we got 3 retirements. One who crashed out, which is unfortunately Fugi, lost complete control of his car, and a DNF. Then we had Jacob and Skeven who rage quit because they just rage quit. Someone's just overtaken somebody. Why are people overtaking people? So Greenie overtakes someone to go onto the pits. That's good. Don't overtake people, because it is not worth it. Soft tyres can go to the end, I think. It'll be a push, because I've took them 15. So, I think softs could take it to the end. Let's see what the race point crew do. No, they're going mediums. That's interesting. Greenie's also going on a set of mediums. Juho's pit for softs. Now, where's Cameron? Oh my god, I wish this thing would fix. Where is Cameron? Cameron is 6th place on soft tyres. Cameron is in a good shout now. He's on soft. However, though, how many penalties has he got? He only has a 3 second. Now Tom AJ has a 5 second, which I didn't realise. Cameron's been very risky on the strategy he's doing, especially though I said it can work, but that would be if I was in a Mercedes, which is basically equivalent to the equal car. But Cameron's in the Williams. The Williams tyre wear is disgusting. It's going to be very interesting how he does. Safety car surely needs to come in this lap. Nope, safety car's going to start another lap. As we wait and more people decide to pit again, Cherry, Greeny and Will Murdoch are peeling into the pits. PR1 will peeling into pits then for either set of softs, set of mediums. But the safety car will be in this lap. It's very interesting the tyre strategies people are going to do. Someone soft, someone mediums. The guys on mediums are probably the safest to make it to the end. It doesn't matter what car they're on. Cameron, we're going to have to watch out for. He's going to be quick, but he's also going to struggle with tyre wear quite early on. So I'm going to guess he's going to start struggling with tyre wear around about lap 23 in that car. Unless he's somehow got the setup tuned for tyre wear on that car. It's going to be very interesting right now, but at the moment, the guys who are probably going to win this race is either Three Wolves, Pitmat, Erminator or Cameron. I think they're the guys who are going to be fighting for it. Got is in this lap then, and Kerry has caught up then, so with 17 cars remaining of this race, we're on lap number 14. There's going to be a lot of tyre saving for the soft runners, and the medium runners are going to be laughing how quick they're going to go. Striegels then is doing the tactic, and he's gone. He's already gone. That's gone a bit too early, I think. They've got to wait a bit longer, maybe go here, but Cherry's got a 5 second time penalty with Greeny. Greeny probably didn't see him, and there's something gone on here. Cherry's peeled back into the pits. Was Greeny going too slow for Cherry's liking? But we are green, and the race is back underway as we go further down the grid. Any overtakes at the moment? No, but Will is possibly thinking of making a move on the last week's race winner, Mr. Black Phoenix there. He's going on the outside now through turn 3, trying to make it work. Can't make it work right now. Trying everywhere he can on that Williams. I don't get how he's getting this much rotation. And right now, there's a lot of people with penalties, I've just noticed. So, interesting as we'll go on board with Tom AJ very soon, as he could possibly be making overtakes, and even Cameron as well. There's a massive train. Look how close Will's gaining. Let's have a look at time penalties again. A lot of people got, one person, Dre's got 6, a lot of people got 3, so Will could still get points by penalties. I don't know about Cameron Young now. He's 4/10 off AMS, but he's got JZK right behind him in that Red Bull. And this is where the Red Bull's miles, but you can see there, in Maggots and Beckett's how much he gained. But on the straight there, it's going to be the Williams who's going to take the fight to the AlphaTauri. But look at that straight line speed, actually. What's wrong with the Mercedes engine? The Honda isn't this good. Must be running a very low downforce package, and Cameron Soft's just dying already. Look at it, now the Red Bull's going around the outside. You can see now to the inside of the next round corner, and they're going side by side. And Cameron, brilliant there, racecraft to go around the outside to trust the Red Bull driver there, not to give him no space. Black Phoenix has a new fast lap 28.664 on medium tyres. JCK is going back for another attempt round the inside of turn 3. Almost contact there, that front wing could have spun him, and Cameron just keeps the car within the limit there and holds 6th place and keeps JCK behind. But I see yellow flags. Is that Alpha? It is Alpha. He made an error there and he's lost 2 positions, and now he's in 11th place. He's got the defending champion CC Bren right on his tail, but look at that ERS usage, and he's weaving a little bit there. He needs to be careful that he doesn't get reported for that, because it could cost him and possibly penalise him. As I go on board with Dre and Sam doesn't notice that Dre's still there, and Sam's just picked up wing damage. Sam has got a big chunk of wing damage, and look at Dino now, he's looking hungry around the outside. Don't go side by side through corpse, as Dre is weaving there, aggressive there, just to let him know that Sam was completely in the wrong. And Sam probably will report it as he goes extremely wide, and it's probably going to have a CBI Black Phoenix right on his tail. Sorry, that's Alpha right on his tail, not Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix to the other race point right behind. And that's Sam's points chance out of the window definitely now, as here comes Alpha then, going on the inside now to make a move. Using all that slipstream, using all that ERS he can use, and muster. He's trying. I don't know why Sam is really defending. I'll just let him go and just try and go in the pits, because right now you are blocked to go into the pits unless you back off. And will you pit? No. Sam is attacking. Sam is going for it, and he can't get the nose in enough, and that's a shame there for him, as there goes Alpha then into 10th place. Still got a lot of work to do, but he's in 10th. We're going to go on board with CC now, who's possibly going to make a move on Sam very quickly. If it lets me select Cameron Greg quick, because they're having a massive fight here with AMS. Cameron and AMS are fighting for 5th place right now. Cameron is on attack. He wants 5th. He knows he can get it. He tries to switch back beautifully. AMS gives him no turning at all, even no room. AMS there. AMS was completely out of line. Cameron had clearly alongside of the car there, and AMS didn't see him, unfortunately, and that has ruined Cameron's race. No wing damage for him, but was there wing damage for AMS, as Cameron's trying to keep under control. I saw wing damage, so maybe that might have been a bit of the wing on the front end he might have lost. I think it might be from AMS. Let's have a look on Cameron's car. The end plates look all intact. I think it came off AlphaTauri, and that will be a shame if that is true. So we're going aboard Dino right now, who's right on Dre. He's going to make a move for 7th place now. He's making another overtake, and he's completely out of ERS. They're going side by side now, going up to the stall. Will he go around the outside? He goes wide to try and take it. Goes into 5th gear, almost gets the nose there. That could have ended in tears of Sam Thompson now. And CC Brain have switched positions. Dino now making a move on Dre, going along the inside. Oh, Dre's got to give him more room. Dre there has been a bit aggressive today, and Dino wasn't really happy with that, and he's lost position now to Alpha. And look at Alpha. Alpha now making a move on Dre. Now going to go on the inside through turn 1. Alpha there really getting aggressive, really fighting, showing Dre that he's got the pace to match him and gets the position. Dre is there still on the outside trying to make it work through turn 3. Can't make it work now, as these two are going side by side, the Renault and the Red Bull through turn 4. Dre's trying to keep his car there, trying to somehow nurse the car home and score some points. But right now, points aren't on his mind. He could easily lose them. But look at Dre now, looking for the move, making a move around the outside now through turn 5. As they're still going side by side. This happened earlier between AMS and Cameron. AMS gave Cameron no room and spun him out. And Dre almost turned into Alpha there. Dre needs to watch his mirrors, because right now that's 2 moves where he's almost took somebody out. Alpha going around the outside now, blocking the outside line. Oh, that could have ended desync there, as desync still is a thing. Alpha goes on the grass now. Dre's trying to make a move. He's going for it. He's gaining. Will he go side by side? Maggots almost into tears. Alpha is round. Alpha is into the wall, and Alpha is out of the race, and that has caused a safety car. Dre has just took out Alpha, and possibly will get a massive penalty for that. And look who it's going to help. Tom. Tom has a 5-second penalty. He can now go in the pits, strap on a set of softs, and remove that 5 second. Will anybody else pit? Dino is in. CC is in 8th, and I said he had a disappointing qualifying. Right now, he's looking to score some points. Will is in 8th. Oh, I agree, that's what I'm here for, you know, I love the heated racing, you know, I wish when I was in F10, I wish we had that a bit more, but unfortunately we didn't. We have it in FP instead, which I commentate for, which I prefer, which I like to see. So, Three Gloves then is your leader currently with Pitman and Erminator, so now it is a, I would say 4-way, but it's actually a 3-way battle now for the leaders. Cameron now moves back up to 8th, so he'll be happy with that in a way. He's still going to be very disappointed with AMS, but he hasn't got damage, so he will be happy with that. So yeah, Dino's in the pits. And there you go, CC into 5th place. And this is how he won his championship, just on consistency last season. Looks like he's going to try it again, and maybe we might see another championship fight. AMS and CC, possibly. Hopefully it's not an 8 car. I think 8 was it last season, or 6. Drivers fighting for the championship, because it wasn't fun for me for the standings to work out. But like on the drivers, who's going to win the championship on the final round. But you know, we could have another action-packed last round this season. I'll wait for the safety car to go around a couple of laps, or until every car catches up with the safety car. Everyone except the top 4 on soft tyres. How bad are CCs? Have we seen any blistering or anything? No. I don't see any blistering at all. Erminator still in a shout though for the race win today. God, it feels weird seeing a McLaren and Ferrari first and second. It's been a long time since we've seen that. Cherry's peeling into the pits again. Don't know why, you could have still no softs because it's not really going to matter, but if he catches up with the safety car quickly, we could have the safety car come in this lap, which I think the drivers would prefer, but Three Girls could be doing this tactically. Let's have a look at penalties then. So then, Greeny has a 5-second penalty, which probably will be removed, as Erminator... did AMS just try and overtake Erminator? AMS, what are you doing? Okay then, that makes sense. AMS, why have you just let him past? I'm not genius or anything, but I'm positive AMS was 4th, and AMS should give that position back. And if you want to give that position back, AMS, go off the track completely to give the position, so it stops the glitch. Alright then. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Cameron's got a 3-second time penalty, so he's out of the win now because he needed a 3-second gap. Juho is in 9th with 6 seconds, so he's going to lose a position. Tom had a 5-second penalty, that's been removed now since he served it. JCK's got a 3-second penalty, Dre's got a 9-second penalty, maybe a bigger penalty with the incident between him and Alpha. Sam's got nothing, Blackfit's got nothing, Dino's got a 3 seconds, and Cherry 2 Pie has also got nothing. But I'm positive AMS has to give that position back to Terminator. There you go, back off. If you're going to go off track and let him through, just literally stop and then give him the position. Because that is illegal. There you go. Now that should, he shouldn't have to give it you back now. There you go. Good AMS. So AMS did the right thing there and let Terminator back through. Let's hope they don't overtake each other again. Cherry, please catch up with the safety car. I want to go back racing. I want to see some more heated moves, maybe another instant. Well, I do got to say, I think the best instant I think we had in FP last season, was Hungary. I think it was lap 1 to turn 3. Greeny will know that. I think Dre also will know that as well. That was a good little instant. Hopefully we have none of that today. But Tom AJ has got a lot to do. Soft tyres he's got. Wait, hang on. Have they put him on? No. Have they put him on his 11 lap old soft, or is that tyre glitch? If they've put him on his 11 old softs, they've just ruined his race. He could possibly get a puncture. And Tom was at a bit where he could win the race. Surely the safety car has to come in this lap. And safety car is in this lap then, so we will be going back to green flag racing on lap 22. On lap 21, but it will be lap 22. And Three Gloves will be leading the pack. Will he do it as his restart earlier, or will he do a different restart where he goes extremely slow and then goes on the final corner, which could help him out? Three Gloves is already gone, so Three Gloves has gone, and he's had a brilliant restart there. Let Pitmat napping, and as it was trying to go the back of Erminate there, it almost left AMS on his tail. They can't overtake yet until they pass the start finish line, and now people can start making overtakes. As we go down the grid, make sure there's no changes in position, and there isn't. As yes, there is. Erminate is already getting attacked by AMS for turn number 3, and Erminate is still there through turn 4. Now they're going side by side, these two. Now AMS earlier on did catch Cameron. Now he's got ahead of Erminate again, and now Will's looking for a possible overtake. Oh, we see side by side there, CC and Will there trying to go neck and neck. And we see now Green now in 7th place for Cameron Young in 8th. As we see JCK now is moved into 11th place. We have a very action race now. Mercedes, Williams versus Haas. Cameron picks up another 3 seconds. That's 6 seconds now added to his time. Greeny is all over the defending champion. Cameron has lost the position also to Tom AJ as well. So Tom AJ now is in 8th place. And we have all engine manufacturers here now. As we know about Tom, who's making a move on Greeny for 7th place. Round there, so we see that Juho is making a move. Let's quickly select on him. No, Juho there backs off. I could see him wiggling around trying to make a move. That's one lap, 23 now. Tommy just has new fast lap, 28.117. We see yellows. Is that Juho? It is Juho, and he's done a spin. It's Juho's spin again. He's made a mistake, and that's a shame for Juho then. He is now dropped to 16th place. It looked promising for him to score some points, but that dream's now out of the window. So we're going to go board with Cameron Young now versus Greeny. Will Cameron just send it on him? He's very close in the braking point. Now, I have to watch out for JCK. I didn't even notice JCK was this quick in the red body, even though he was there. And he's going side by side, almost cut Cameron off, and that could have ended in tears. But Cameron wasn't really alongside, so he has the right to do that. And we see an overtake further ahead. We see now JCK is trying to make a move on Greeny. He's all over him, going left, right. He's just trying to find a way through. Greeny is parking a bus right now for this Red Bull driver. He's on fresh softs compared to Greeny. Greeny's making errors, and JCK is making overtakes. He's going for it now. He's gunning it. He's going on the inside, and he's down the hanger straight. Moves into 8th place. Greeny now drops to 9th and could still be under threat by Cameron, Dre, or even Sam. as there's an overtake further ahead now. Tom AJ now moves into 5th place. He's really fighting back to try and get up the field. He could easily score 4th. Terminator now, I've just realised he's got a penalty as DRS has now been finally enabled. And we'll go on board with Terminator now, who's gaining on AMS as he sets a new fastest start, 1:27.999, I think that was. And it was, but then Black Phoenix just obliterated that time, 1:27.988. So, fastest laps are coming very quick. Terminator needs to keep the traction though in that Merc. Who will win this race? Will it be 3 Gloves? Will it be Pit Map? Will it even be AMS? Only time will tell. Terminator now, he's catching up on AMS right now. As we see, Dre then makes a move on Cameron Young for 10th place. We're going to go on board with that actually because he's just lost a lot of positions there. Is he going to come back at him? He isn't going to go side by side with the fast right-hander, is he? We'll keep an eye on Terminator though because he is close to AMS. Sam Thompson, look how close he is to Magnussen Beckett now, and he's just almost plowed into him with a bit of lag there, and that's just opened the door for Cameron. Cameron saying thank you very much, the Williams straight line speed needs it, and ooh, that was questionable defending. Now here comes Black Phoenix, he's going on the move on Cameron. Was that 2 moves there from Sam, or was that me just seeing things? As we're going to begin lap number 25, the penultimate lap of this race. We've only got one more lap after this. Plenty of action still can happen as Cameron peels into the pits. I think his softs have given up on him, or he's going to call it a day. As Flegels then is in the lead with Pitmat in 2nd. And then we can see AMS somehow managed to defend from Terminator for an entire lap there. I think Cameron's going to go for fastest lap. I think that's why he's pit, so nobody else gets it. And the person who's got it at the moment is Tom AJ, who's in 5th place. Now. This is his second attempt. He's only got one more attempt after this to possibly make the move down the straight. He isn't close enough. He's not using his ERS that much. There's any overtakes further behind, possibly from Black Phoenix. We'll go on board with them. Nope, not at the moment, but he's really close there to Sam. Sam's making little errors, going on the grass, probably wearing a bit of his tyres out. Black Phoenix is just braking very late, and he's just costing himself time as Tommy sets his new fast lap, and then JCK sets his new fast lap, 27.7. So the Red Bull now in 6th place has the new fastest lap, and apparently Tom has done 16 laps on those softs, which I'm guessing is the glitch has won the final lap of this race. Will Terminator send it round the outside? AMS gives him room. He don't have to give him room now. He's closed the door. Any overtakes further behind? Yep, Dre is losing the Sam right now. So another where these two came to blows. They don't want to come to blows again. As Sam Thompson is lagging all over the place right now. As Terminator has just dropped to 5th place. He's had to lift off there. Tom AJ, great move round the outside. He's looking for 3rd place. He knows he can get it. But we're on the final lap of this race. Will he take 3rd? There's yellows behind. That's Cameron. Cameron is into the wall, it looks like. He's retired. He's called it a day. And I don't blame him. He might as well just call it a day since he ain't going to score points. But AMS then has defended. We're going to go on board with the race winner. 3 Gloves then has proven everybody wrong. He didn't have to qualify first to win this race. The person who qualified first is in 6th place. 3 Gloves then is going to take the win on track by 1.7 seconds. Pitmap drops to 2nd, AMS 3rd, JCK 4th, Tom 5th, Will moves to 4th then, CC 7th, Greeny 8th, Greeny 9th, Cherry 8th, CPI Black Phoenix 10th. Terminator then, even with that win, he dropped all the way to 11th. Dre 12th, Sam Thompson in 13th, Dino in 14th, and Duo Finn will be in 15th, with Cameron Young, who will be classified within the 90% rule, in 16th place. There you have it then, the person on the top spot on the podium today in the McLaren is Three Gloves. He takes the win with a Ferrari, a very surprised second from Pitmat, and in third was AMS there, who's looking good for another championship opportunity. As here are your official results. Probably will change by penalties if people have been reported and all that sort of stuff, but you have to wait for that later in the week. Three Gloves then takes the win, Pitmat second, AMS third, Will in fourth, JCK in fifth and takes the fastest lap points, so good points there for him. Tom in sixth, CC seventh, Cherry in eighth, Greeny is in ninth place, and then CPI Black Phoenix, a good recovery drive in 10th to score points, and especially from Cherry 2Pie as well. Erminator at this point in 11th, he had a couple of penalties there apparently. Dre in 12th, Juho in 13th, Sam 14th, Dino 15th, and Cameron Young does classify in 16th, with Alpha 17th, who got took out by Dre, Oogie in 18th, 19th is Jacob, and Skeven there, who also rage quitted like Jacob, and DNF'd in today's race. Well then, this has been PSGL, round number 2, season 27 for the FP tier. I've been your commentator, IRL Neon. Want to see some more action-packed racing for FP? Join us next week, same time on Tuesday for round number 3. Well, until then, see you guys next time and goodbye.